Here we are, boys. Here we are. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Pokemon the series, the beginning episode reviews. And man, here we are. Oh my god, it's finally here. We have our first ever Ash Ketchum full 6-on-6 battle. Here we are. Oh my god, I can't believe it. It has taken so long. It's been 112 episodes, but finally in episode 113, Ash will have his first full battle. Anyway, we make it to Pummelo Island, but before we get there, we see it in the distance. We also see a Dragonite just flying into the sky, which Tracy doesn't know who it is until it later on gets explained to him, and I'm like, you're a Pokemon watcher, you're supposed to know what Dragonite is. So then Ash gets verified, and the match will happen tomorrow. And then the guide shows us the Hall of Fame for basically the Elite Foreign Champion in that sense. And apparently the champion, Drake, has a Dragonite, and that is why he has been undefeated. And also, this will be a full 6-on-6 battle. But the dude has a Dragonite, so that is going to be a little bit problematic in order to beat. I mean, Ash does have Lapras, though. Too bad he wastes the Lapras. But still, he has Lapras, which should be an instant KO, you know, that kind of stuff. So then Team Rocket tried to steal Dragonite, but Dragonite's Hyper Beam takes care of Team Rocket, so goodbye. So now then it is time to send out the squad, and you may think it is to give an inspirational speech. Nope, it's to wake up Snorlax, because Snorlax is asleep. So nothing will wake up Snorlax, so Ash needs a replacement, and he chooses Tauros specifically because of beginner's luck, and also it worked with Krabby, right? And now I would like to complain a little bit about this, because from this episode onwards, no more Safari Ball. Why? It is at this very moment Ash's only Pokemon who is not being caught in a Pokeball. And you just reverted back to a Pokeball. Why didn't you just give us the Safari Ball? I'm so annoyed at that, okay? I hate that decision. But whatever, you know, at least we still have Totodile, or we'll get Totodile. So at least we have something. But like, this should have been a Safari Ball. Also, nobody knows which Tauros Ash always recalls. And I like to say it's the leader. It's the same Tauros always. The other ones are just decorations. So then Team Rocket has a new plan because of the fact that the challenger gets announced. You know, someone's going to challenge Drake. Everyone's excited. And it's like, we'll let the challenger weaken Dragonite and then we'll steal Dragonite. So that's more for the next episode. So then we get to the match. Drake meets Ash, and Jesus, he's huge. Drake is so big. But anyway, we also get the information that apparently halfway through the battle, aka when the first person loses 3 Pokemon, the field will change. And that is also specifically because of the fact that we need this field for Lapras, and afterwards we don't need water anymore. So let's leave that one behind. So let the battle begin, shall we? So Drake sends out his Ditto while Ash starts off with Pikachu. Ditto instantly transforms into Pikachu and is better. Just has the advantage. Tanks a Thunder and then shoots a Thunder back. Afterwards, the rocks below them break, and Ditto is able to just get down without any problem, kind of like Paul and Sinnoh. And Pikachu just stumbles and just gets hit by the rocks on the way down, sadly enough. Then Ditto dodges Pikachu's Thunderbolt with agility. However, Pikachu is able to beat Ditto thanks to a shocking tail. At least that's what it was called. So yeah, Pikachu wins against Ditto. Yay. And apparently a lot of challengers has fallen by Ditto. And I'm kind of going off of the game logic once again, because it's like, I can't switch, okay? Because if I switch, Ditto's just going to transform again. And I'm like, yeah, Ditto can't do that in the games, though. That's the whole point of how you beat a Ditto. You let it transform into a weaker Pokemon and then send in its weakness, and bam, you'll win. Anyway, Pikachu won. Good job. Then after that, he sends in an Onix, and I'm like, I just lost respect for you, good sir. By the way, I do have respect for his team, but that will be more for the next video, because that is when the full team will be revealed. But this is the part where I'm like, it could have just been a Steelix, though, but still. Anyway, Onix is garbage, but Ash sends in Squirtle, so this is gonna be an easy W, and yeah, kind of is. So Onix starts off by using Dig to dodge Squirtle's water gun, and then afterwards Ash is like, Squirtle, run for the water, and Squirtle runs, and I'm like, maybe you should just shot him with water gun in order to get him faster to the water. But anyway, Onix hits it with Dig, and then afterwards grabs it with Bind, but don't worry about that, a Hydro Pump, and that Onix goes down, which yeah, that's kind of how that whole thing goes. One little special attack, and that Onix is just dead in the water. So Squirtle wins. And by the way, if you're wondering why Ash gets all these victories, it's to make Dragonite look more awesome later on. So then afterwards, we get the classic 4-Kids line. It's a classic, you gotta love it, because Drake pulls out his next Pokemon, is like, you don't stand a ghost of a chance, and sends out Gengar. I mean, come on, man. It's 4 kids. They gotta do it at some point, right? They gotta say Ghost of a Chance at some point. So Ash like, I know, I'll send in Tauros, which actually is not that bad of an idea. So then he starts off with Fissure, and if that would have hit, that would have been a one-shot, but sadly enough, because of the fact that it's Fissure, and also potentially because of the fact that Gengar's higher leveled, Gengar dodges it, so it doesn't work. And then afterwards, Tauros gets confused, so Ash switches it for Lapras, who might not be confused because of the fact of, you know, Ice Beam. That's at least Ash's logic. Don't know where that logic came from, but sure, why not? So Lapras dodges Hypnosis, which, yeah, that's what happens when you use Hypnosis. I've used Hypnosis enough in order to know that that idiot barely hits. And then afterwards, Lapras fires back with a Water Gun, and then we have an Ice Beam Nightshade collide in order to end the episode. And yeah, I like the episode. This was a good start to the battle. You know, we get a build up. We get the first 3 Pokemon, well, first 2 Pokemon getting taken out, and then to end it with a collide, getting that what's gonna happen in the next episode feeling, that kind of stuff. Very excited. So I can't wait. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section down below. With that being said, thank you all so very much for watching, and I do hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, please like button, subscribe if you're new, if you don't already. Turn on notifications. Don't forget, check out the Let's Play channel, link in the description and at the end of the video. And I'll see you guys next time for the finale of Ash versus Drake. Bye!